Thanks for taking care of my mother all these years. Now that her funeral is all wrapped up, I don't think there's anything left for you to do as a daughter-in-law. So could you please move out of the house by the end of the month? Thanks. Huh? What are you talking about? You didn't think that you could keep living in our house, did you? I thought that the estate settlement had just started. I haven't talked to Sean about anything related to that yet. The funeral was just yesterday. You haven't even talked to Sean. Our father has been dead for 15 years, so it stands to reason that I would inherit the house as the eldest child. Well, if Sean is okay with that, then I certainly don't have any objections. Can you ask him about it now? He hasn't come home from work yet. He's got overtime today. If he's not even going to be there half the day, wouldn't it be a waste for him to inherit the house anyway? I'm sure he'd say that I should have it. Even if he did say that, we've been living in this house for a long time, so it would be a little difficult to leave so quickly. We'd need to pack all our stuff and find a new place to live. That's your problem, not mine. Maybe you shouldn't have gotten so comfortable. Did you really think that the house belonged to you two just because you'd been living in it for 7 years? That's not what I'm saying. Now that Mom's gone, could worthless outsiders like you please stop getting in my family's way? You think I'm a worthless outsider? What else could you be? Did you really think that you were counted as a member of our family? Of course I did. That's why I took care of your mother for 7 years. Because we were family. Well, we're not. Though I can't say that I didn't benefit from your mistake. You're always going out wearing ragged old clothes, and you can't be bothered to use any makeup or even get a proper haircut. Forget being your family. I don't even want to be seen with you. I was doing full-time work as a caregiver all by myself. Shopping for new clothes, getting my hair done. Do you really think I had time for trivial things like that? Are you trying to say that Sean and I are the bad guys since we weren't taking care of Mom with you? No, I'm not trying to make you look bad. Well, it's not like you had a job, and you've never been much to look at, so it made sense for you to be the one to stay home and take care of Mom. Don't act like your sloppy appearance was some kind of noble sacrifice. You've been third-rate from the beginning. Why are you being so mean to me? It's not like you couldn't keep your appearance while taking care of Mom anyway. Plenty of other women seem to be able to do the same without any trouble. For example, have you seen Mary Freeman, who lives down the street? I've talked to Mary, and she says she isn't doing the caregiving all by herself. She apparently gets lots of help from both her husband and his older sister. Exactly. She's in the same situation as you, and yet the difference is like night and day. Wait, the same situation? Since when were you helping me? I came by to visit Mom, didn't I? If by visit you mean that you'd stop in for 5 minutes, say hi to your mother, rummage around in the fridge, and then leave, then yeah, I guess you did. I mostly remember that the food I had delivered from the local co-op would mysteriously disappear whenever you came by. See, I helped out a lot. I brightened Mom's day and I even cleaned up the fridge. I think I did a great job. You're joking, aren't you? Of course not. Why would you think otherwise? All I'm saying is that I find it hard to believe that you didn't have time to take care of your appearance, even though I was helping you out with Mom. I don't even know what to say. I'm not going to argue with you. It's not as if a robot like you has the right to argue anyway. Robot? You're basically just a housekeeping robot. That's how my mother thought of you as well. Did she really say that about me? She didn't say it out loud, but as her daughter, I could tell that's what she thought. We were on the same wavelength. I see. But you really are overstepping your place as a daughter-in-law. Your job as caregiver is done, and yet you're still living in my family's house. That's some nerve you've got. I'm not trying to take over the house or anything. Since Donna died, everything has happened so fast. I've barely been able to keep up. My head is still spinning. That's fine. Your head can keep spinning for all I care. Just hurry up and get out of the house. First, I need to talk to Sean, okay? This affects both of us. The two of you can discuss whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Just know that I'll be inheriting the house. You'd better be out by next month. All your stuff needs to be gone and the house needs to be clean. My name is Rachel. I am 35 years old. My parents died in a car accident when I was very young. I was raised in foster care. After being passed from family to family for most of my childhood, as soon as I graduated high school, I moved out on my own and started earning my own living. About 10 years ago, I married Sean, who I met at work. He is 2 years younger than me. Even after we got married, I kept working. We tried our best to save money however we could. Our dream was to build a house one day. However, 7 years ago, my mother-in-law got sick and could no longer take care of herself. We couldn't afford to put her in assisted living, so instead we moved into her house and I became her full-time caregiver. My husband has a very independent older sister named Crystal. She said that she was too busy to help with taking care of her mother, and argued that it made more sense for me to do it since Sean could support us. Sean was in favor of this plan, so I quit my job and began taking care of my mother-in-law, Donna. When we first got married, Donna would say mean things to me and make snide remarks about how I was older than my husband. I was a little worried when we first moved in with her. But after I started taking care of her, I think we were able to build a good relationship. Neither my husband nor Crystal helped take care of their mother. I wouldn't have had time to complain even if I wanted to. Taking care of Donna consumed my every day. It seemed to last forever. And yet, looking back, time passed so quickly. After 7 years of fighting her illness, Donna passed on. But not a minute after she breathed her last, I got that text message from Crystal. Of course, I immediately discussed what she said to me with my husband. But to my dismay, his reaction was completely the opposite of what I would have expected. There's something I want to discuss with you about your sister. I already talked to her. You don't have to explain anything to me. Just do what she said and hurry up and move out of that house. Huh? We discussed the inheritance already and decided that she's getting the house and land, but I'm getting the money. It's already decided? Just like that? Why didn't you ask for my opinion? What does your opinion matter? You're not a part of our family. You don't get a say in the inheritance. This doesn't have anything to do with you. I'm your wife! How am I not a part of the family? Give me a break. I haven't thought of you as my wife or even as a woman for years now. What do you mean? Is that some kind of joke? Nobody would want someone who looks like you as their wife. You look like some old woman we picked up off the side of the road. That's awful. How can you even say something like that to me? Sorry to break it to you, but it's the truth. You need to get out of that house and start looking for your own place to live pronto. My own place? Do you mean that you won't be coming with me? Of course I'm not. Who would want to live with an old hag like you? Is there some other young, beautiful woman who you're going to go live with instead? Oh, so you already know about that? Sometimes I'd smell something like a woman's perfume on your business suits. But I believed in you and trusted that you weren't seeing someone else. Sorry that your belief in me was all in vain. Anyway, I'll be divorcing you immediately. How can you say that like it means nothing to you? Well, it's true that getting a divorce the minute that your parent drops dead does look a little bad. So I was originally planning on waiting a couple of months or so before the divorce. But if you already know about my affair, then we might as well get it over with now. So you're not just betraying me with another woman, but you kept me around all this time just so I could take care of your mother? And now that she's dead, you're throwing me away. Just how terrible of a person can you be? You can say whatever you want about me. It doesn't matter. You've just been a housewife for all these years. You don't have enough money to hire a lawyer and contest anything. There is nothing you can do to me. If that's your attitude about me, then I won't hesitate to leave. Great, that's perfect. I went ahead and put the paperwork for the divorce in the living room, so could you go ahead and fill it out? I'll submit it later. Fine. Starting today, I'll be living with my girlfriend. But just because I'm not around doesn't mean that you can keep living in that house. You better be out of there by the end of the month, just like my sister said. I have no intention of staying any longer than it takes to move out. Oh, and you better clean the place up before you leave. If it's not to my sister's liking, then you'll be hearing it from me. What did you do? What could you be talking about? Today I was supposed to move into my mother's old place, but the house is gone. Oh, well, you see, I was just doing what you asked me to. You wanted me to clean everything, right? So I cleaned up the house and made it a perfect empty lot. I hope you like it. What? When did we tell you to do that? You did ask me to clean everything up, didn't you? We meant that you needed to clean the inside of the house, you idiot! Not remove the whole house from the lot! Oh my, really? I must have misunderstood you. You. Is this how you try to get back at us for making you leave? We won't forgive you for this. Oh, it's fine, don't worry. I don't need you to forgive me. That's not the point. Tearing down someone else's house without their permission is destruction of property, and it's against the law. We'll be taking you to court. I think you might be mistaken. That was my house. What are you trying to pull this late in the game? We already told you that you're not a member of our family. That's right. I'm not a member of your family, you idiot. My only family is my late mother-in-law. Huh? Just as it was written in her will, I officially inherited both the house and the land. Her will? You inherited? What are you talking about? We haven't heard anything about that. Where should I start? I believe it was the day after you two told me to get out of the house. Your Aunt Nancy came by to visit. She had a lawyer with her. Aunt Nancy came by the house? Doesn't she live in Minnesota? And what do you mean, a lawyer? I actually didn't know about this either, but apparently while your mother was still alive, she called up Nancy and asked her to help her write a will. Together, they wrote out a formal last will and testament. Ugh, a formal will? What a pain. But that does sound like something Mom would do. She always had to get every little thing just right. No, wait, Crystal! This is actually a good thing! If there's a will, then we've got more proof of the crime. At this rate, Rachel will be serving jail time. Oh, that's true! Mom must have divided the inheritance between me and Sean, after all. This way we can prove that Rachel has no right to the property. Do you not remember what I said just a few minutes ago? Are you just ignoring me, or are you really that stupid? What did you say? I believe I already told you that I officially inherited both the house and the land. Did you forget? Your mother wrote in the will that I bequeath everything I own to Rachel. What? There's no way she wrote that. That's right. You're not even our family. When you two say family, exactly what are you talking about? What does that word mean to you? Huh? Taking your mother to the hospital, preparing meals for her, changing her diaper. The one who did all of that was me. Neither of you did anything to take care of your mother while she was sick for the last 7 years. She was suffering, but you didn't even lift a finger. We were both working. Of course we didn't have time for elder care. I'm sure you were busy. But Sean, you were even living in the same house as your mother. Yet you never spent any time with her. You wouldn't even come by her room to say hi. All you did was tell me not to slack off. Do you count that as helping? That just shows how bad it was at work. I didn't even have time to say hello to my own mother. I don't want to hear that from someone who somehow still had time to see another woman on the side. I had to really work to make time to see her in my few spare moments. And you didn't even think to spare 1 second out of those few spare moments for your poor mother? Well... Hey now, I actually went and visited Mom. You were there. You saw me. Oh, I saw you all right. I saw you visiting with your mom at record speed and then raiding our pantry and fridge for food before leaving mere minutes after you came in. Don't even try saying anything to make yourself look high and mighty after behaving like that. You need to shut up. While I was taking care of your mother for those 7 years, we spent a lot of time together. We watched TV, we knitted, we chatted. We really got to know each other. No way. That's gotta be a lie. As soon as we got married, my mom was making all kinds of snide comments about you. You always hated her.
As soon as I started taking care of her, she apologized for all that. She never once said anything mean after that. And we were on good terms the entire time I took care of her. She even started treating me as a friend.
Just because you spent a mere 7 years together? What are you trying to say? Sean and I spent decades with her as her precious children. We were with her our entire lives.
It wasn't just any 7 years. It was her last 7 years.
Huh?
I worked hard to make sure that the last years of her life would be as enjoyable and comfortable as possible. What about you two? Did you do anything for her? Anything at all?
Well,
I asked you both countless times to make some time for her, didn't I? I told you she just wants to see her children. I told you even just chatting about the weather or whatever would make her happy. So please spend some time with her. I asked you over and over, but neither of you listened to what I had to say.
I'm telling you, it was my job's fault.
Shut up.
Huh?
Do you know why I asked you so persistently to talk to your mother? Do you understand why I was so insistent about it? It's because the only thing she ever talked about was memories she had from when you two were kids. Sean sure was a crybaby and Crystal was always so sassy. They were so cute, blah, blah, blah. That kind of thing. She looked so happy when she shared those stories with me. I need you two to listen to me for once because this is important. She loved both of you with all her heart. To her, you are the most precious people in the whole world. And now that you two are so grown up, she'd say you didn't even spare her the time of day.
Mom.
But despite that, even now you're still making excuses, saying that work was too busy and all that. I hope you eat those words.
Oof.
Consider her feelings for once. She was a mother who loved her children, but they wouldn't even look her way in return. She poured her heart and soul into raising them, but they wouldn't come visit during her time of need. Can you still honestly make those excuses?
Well,
No more beating around the bush. Tell me the truth. Was work really so busy that you couldn't talk to your mother?
Really, the truth was, taking care of Mom and stuff was too much of a pain. I didn't want to deal with it.
There it is. Thank you for finally being honest.
I'm sorry.
Hang on! Sean, stop! You're falling for her trap! This is the woman who is trying to steal our inheritance. She's a piece of trash who's not even a member of our family. Don't let her try to guilt trip you. She's the real criminal. My original intent was actually to turn down the inheritance. Your mother's gratitude meant a lot to me, but I didn't think it would be appropriate to accept such a thing in place of her real children.
If that's true, then why did you end up taking it, you thief?
Nancy showed me the photo that your mother kept inside her wallet. It was a picture from spring a few years ago. In the window, you could see a clear blue sky and a cherry tree in the front yard in full bloom. It's a photograph that I took of the two of us in her room.
What's that supposed to mean?
On the back, a photo with my daughter was written in her handwriting.
What?
It made me so happy. We spent all those years together. And in return, she thought of me as her real daughter. During our time in that house, at least, she thought of me not just as an in-law, but as her real family. That's why I decided to accept the inheritance after all. If she accepted me as a daughter, then I would gladly accept her as a mother. And as such, I wanted to respect her wishes and take the inheritance because she was my family.
So are you trying to say that my mother rejected me? Her real daughter?
Do you still not understand the position you're in? Make no mistake. You're the ones who rejected her, not the other way around.
You don't have to say it like that.
Our mother left me a letter along with her will. What she wrote also led me to accept the inheritance.
She even left you a letter when she didn't leave anything for me or Sean? That doesn't even make sense. Tell us the truth. The will, that sob story you just made up. It's all lies, isn't it? You're just trying to get revenge and steal our inheritance.
I see you're still in denial.
Crystal, stop. You need to give it up.
You need to shut your mouth. You're just a gullible idiot. Do you really believe her?
I'm telling you, cut it out. Deep down, you know that Rachel isn't lying. I know you do.
Shut up! Are you really okay with this? We don't get anything, not even a sense of the inheritance. I don't know about you, but I've been counting on getting my share. I plan my finances around inheriting that house and the land that it's on.
It sucks for me too, but that's just the way it has to be. Rachel is right. The two of us rejected Mom a long time ago. We didn't love and respect her, so we don't deserve to receive anything. It's shameful, but it's true.
Sean.
I used to spend lots of time with Mom. We'd watch TV, talk, and laugh. We weren't saying anything that mattered, but those are happy memories. If Rachel was doing the same thing for her all these years later, then I should have been there too. But now it's too late. Crystal, surely you feel the same way. Don't you have happy memories with Mom too?
Of course I do. When I was little, Mom taught me to knit. I was terrible at first, but she was a good teacher. One year we made so many scarves we didn't know what to do with them all. Even after I had long since given up the hobby, she would make me a new sweater in my favorite color every Christmas. Do you think she still wanted to knit with me? After all this time? I don't want to make Mom sad anymore. She may have passed on, but I want to honor her memory in a way that would make her happy.
I do too. I want her to smile the way that she used to. Rachel, I'm sorry.
You can apologize to me now, but it won't bring your mother back. I'm sorry, but she's gone. Also, I can't just forgive you for taking advantage of me or for having an affair.
I understand. And if you're asking for any money from me as a part of the divorce, I will pay it without complaint.
I see. Somehow, at the very last moment, it feels like you're finally beginning to understand me.
Yeah. Crystal, what about you? Surely you understand and are fine with everything.
Yes, I'm very sorry.
Rachel, I'm sorry for forcing you into that difficult situation for 7 years. You suffered all by yourself because of my selfishness.
What are you saying? I wasn't suffering. I was happy for those 7 years.
You don't have to downplay what you went through. You can be honest with us.
Do you think I would downplay anything after all this? I'm not lying. I really was happy. When I read the letter that your mother left for me, that's what I thought from the bottom of my heart.
I see. I'm glad to hear that Mom's last words could make you so happy. I wish we could read that letter too, but we don't have any right to if it was written for you.
If you've really changed your heart, then I think that the best thing you can do is visit your mother's grave and bring her some flowers every once in a while. I'm sure she would appreciate that. You know, she always kept a vase of flowers in the house.
From now on, I'll be sure to visit her like I should have been doing when she was alive. I'd talk to her too, but I don't know if she'd be able to hear me. Rachel, I can't apologize enough for all this. I am truly sorry. And thank you. Both for taking care of Mom and for helping us realize what we did wrong.
I'm glad you were able to realize where you went wrong. I only wish I had been able to get through to you sooner. I don't know if I'll see either of you ever again, but please, always remember your mother fondly, okay? Goodbye. I'm so glad that you became a member of my family. When you first married my son, I said horrible things to you just because I thought that my son's wife should be younger than him. Such an old-fashioned idea. I am so sorry for the way I treated you back then. I remember making this same apology back when you first started taking care of me. You told me, "Oh, that was so long ago I had forgotten all about it," and smiled at me as if nothing had ever happened. The fact that you accepted me without harboring a grudge was such a blessing. Your selfless attitude is truly admirable. While I've been sick, Sean and Crystal have never really come by to see me, have they? Despite that, you always kept me from getting too lonely. You'd watch daytime TV with me, chat and argue with me about whatever nonsense I was on about that day. And you even learned to knit for me. You hadn't ever tried handicrafts before, but you worked hard and were even able to make me a pair of gloves. I had so much fun spending time with you and enjoying the little things in life. Every day there was something to look forward to, however small. The fact that I've been able to live out these last years of my life so comfortably and peacefully is all thanks to you, Rachel. I can't express in words just how grateful I am to you. And while you were working so hard, my children caused nothing but trouble for you. I'm very sorry about that. If you're reading this letter, then I am sure you've heard from Nancy already. But I'm bequeathing all of my possessions to you. Not only is the inheritance a gift to you, but as a mother, I feel that Sean and Crystal are in need of one last scolding. So please don't hesitate to accept it. This is for their sake as well as yours. I hope you know that you are and always will be my irreplaceable daughter. The gloves that you made for me that have 6 fingers will always be my treasure. I'm sure there will be hard times ahead, but from now on, please live a happy life for yourself. This is my parting wish for you. Thank you for everything. Love, Mom.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe to see more videos like this in the future.
Hey, where's the food? I'm starving out here, yet I don't see any food.
What food? Aren't you still at work?
No, of course not. I'm at home right now about to die because you're not doing your job properly.
Oh, I didn't know you were home already. I thought you always still had work at this time.
No, I finished early today. I worked so hard today after all. Finished my entire day's worth of work and even some of tomorrow's. And because I was working so hard, I didn't even have time to eat. That's why I came rushing right home for something to eat. So could you hurry up, please, and make me something?
Oh, I see, so that's what happened. Sorry about that, but you could have let me know about it. Maybe give me a call or something next time?
I don't see why I would need to do that. You never have anything to do anyways, and you're always at home. I shouldn't have to call you for every little thing. Besides, where even are you right now?
Oh, I just took a little trip down to the grocery store, buying ingredients for today's dinner. Not sure what to make yet, though.
You clearly have your priorities wrong. Why are you still there wasting time? When your man comes home tired from working all day, the least you can do is hurry up with whatever you're doing and come home to cook. Stop taking so long thinking about what to make and just put it into action. It's not that hard to understand. You're lucky enough to just live as a housewife. At least do the small amount of work you have to do properly so as not to distress me.
You say that, but it's not even 5 p.m. yet. How was I meant to know that you'd be home already? You didn't say a word to me that you were coming home this early.
It's not a matter of knowing about it or not. You are my wife. You do not have a job, and you are not earning money. As a housewife, it's expected that you have food ready on the table when I get home. It's the least that you can do, and it's such a simple job. I don't want to hear any more of your petty excuses.
But you don't usually come home this early.
And that's exactly what I meant by petty excuses. Do your job. Clean the house. Do the laundry. Have food ready for me when I come home. It's not that hard. It irritates me knowing that you can't even achieve these simple tasks while I'm out at work, tiring myself out every single day.
Okay, sure. I'm gonna quickly buy what's already in my cart and head right home. Even then, I won't be home immediately. I think it'll be around an hour or so before dinner is ready.
Completely unacceptable. An hour is way too long. Just forget it. If you're gonna be useless like this, I'm just gonna go to a restaurant.
Hey, wait a sec. Come on. I won't take that long to come back. I'm nearly done. I'll go straight home. If you're really that hungry, there's some food in the fridge that you could heat up.
You expect me to eat some leftovers? I'm your husband, not some pig.
No, they're not leftovers. I simply just prepped some stuff for later in the week in advance.
Either way, that's ridiculous. You should only be serving freshly cooked food. I told you this already. You are expected to cook every meal in this household. Anything that touches a microwave, I won't consider as cooking.
Even if it's reheated, I was still the one that cooked it. You know what? Never mind.
That's a 10-point deduction for you. If you get on the wrong side of me like this again, who knows what I'll do? You better understand that you're living in my house. Don't break my rules ever again.
Okay, I understand.
Hey, my parents are visiting us this Sunday. You better not disappoint them with your cooking.
Oh, is that so? Is it some sort of anniversary?
Who knows? Don't ask me. They just said they wanted to come over and see how we were doing. There's really not much else.
Oh, so it's not some sort of special occasion.
I'm telling you, I don't know. Besides, I told them that we should just go out for dinner or something. But they insisted on coming to our house. So you better not let any of us down with your cooking. Don't forget the drinks too. Get some nice wine to go with the dinner.
Oh, is everyone going to be drinking? Then I assume they're going to stay the night too, right? They usually drive here after all.
Nothing is decided. We'll see on the day. You don't need to think too much about it. Just have everything prepared so that it doesn't matter if they stay or not. Get the guest room cleaned in case they do stay. It's been a while since anyone's used it.
Right, got it.
Also, don't forget about my dad's health. He's been told by his doctor that he needs to watch his blood pressure. He needs to cut down on his salt intake.
About dinner, how about we just order delivery? Then I won't be glued to the kitchen when they come over and everyone can just order what they want, right?
No, of course not. It's exactly these kinds of occasions for you to show off your skills to my parents. There's no better opportunity for you to show them that you're worthy of being my wife. Have some faith in yourself. Your cooking would actually be decent if you just put in that little bit of extra effort.
I'm pretty much always giving it my best.
What? There's no chance that you consider your usual efforts as your best. I think you're underestimating the amount of effort that housewives should be putting into their work. If I worked as hard as you at my job, we'd be living on the street. Seriously, there's plenty of room for you to work harder.
Do you seriously think that? I'm always up before you, cleaning and making breakfast for you before you leave for work. Then I spend the entire day cleaning, doing laundry, shopping for groceries, and preparing dinner for when you come home. You don't see it when you're away, but I'm always working. I'm even still working when you come home. I don't know how you can think I can work any harder than this.
Okay, I get it. But you're exaggerating a little too much just because I can't monitor you while I'm at work. Besides, those groceries all come from my hard-earned money. Stop complaining and at least work a little harder when my parents come to visit. Is that so much to ask?
I haven't really been complaining at all. It's not the first time, after all, that you've told me they're visiting on such short notice.
Well, yeah, of course. You have to deal with such events. When my parents visit, it's your job to show them that we have a great house with a hard-working husband and capable housewife.
Okay, but then what about my parents? You always dislike it when I say that my parents want to come over for a bit.
Obviously, yeah. I don't want to interact with someone else's parents. Also, it doesn't help that your parents don't stop talking. When your parents come over, it makes me feel like an outsider. It's such a pain to keep smiling and pretending their jokes are funny.
Isn't that exactly the same for me with your parents? I wonder if you ever considered that. You need to think about things from my perspective a little.
You say that, but it's not really the same, is it? You've met my parents so many times already. You're basically part of our family at this point anyways. It's not quite the same as me having to make small talk with your parents. Besides, if you want to be treated better by my parents, you better put more effort into your chores and get better at cooking. If you want any respect from them, you have to earn it. It's as simple as that. If there's something you want, you gotta earn it yourself. So you only need to focus on improving yourself as a housewife. Try starting with that. You might start seeing less issues.
Maybe some of what you said is true, but there's something not quite right all the same.
Whatever, just make sure my parents feel welcome this Sunday. I'm expecting the very best from you. I'm always yearning for the day that you will stop being an embarrassment. I'm hoping this time will be the one. Do you understand me?
Okay, I understand.
Okay, so how the heck are you gonna explain what that dinner was? What were you even thinking serving that? You disappointed all of us.
Why, though? I don't understand. I did just as you said. I thought I did a pretty good job with the food. I prepared a nice bottle of red wine to go with it and some nice sparkling with the dessert later. Also, I made sure that the dinner was low in salt content overall for your father's health.
Do I really have to tell you this? Are you dumb? The only one who needs to take care about their salt intake is my dad. What the heck were you thinking, making Mom and I also eat the most bland-tasting hospital food? You even managed to make the wine taste bad when the main dish was that bland. Same issue as always. You're not able to care for these little details, which makes you such a failure of a housewife. Any normal person could use their brain just a little and realize that you could just season the rest of our food properly.
Right. My bad, I guess.
Get out with that attitude. My bad? Give me a proper apology. And not just to me, my mom too, for serving us with inedible trash.
I'm really sorry.
They came all the way here just to visit us. How do you think that was acceptable? Embarrassing me is one thing, but you've now gone and disappointed my parents too.
Yes, I'm sorry.
This is why you don't deserve any respect. You're just a failure.
Sure, I'm a failure for not being able to follow such simple instructions. How about you do it yourself instead then? You're obviously not satisfied with how I do things, and you seem like you know a thing or two about cooking yourself.
What? I'm your husband. I'm not the one who should be doing work around the house. That's your responsibility. You're living in my house with my money. Do you think that you have any right to act so arrogant towards me?
That's not the point I was trying to make. I was simply just suggesting that you could cook for the guests. You seem to always complain about my cooking. I just assumed that you knew better than me. Maybe your parents would be happy for their own son to cook for them sometime.
You're taking the jokes way too far. You're a woman. You can't even earn enough for a house like this, let alone afford your own meals. Disrespecting and arguing with your husband in this matter is the worst thing that you could do as a woman.
You've always been pretty sexist, but that's the most misogynistic statement I've ever heard you say.
Then try this one on for size. Your worth as a woman is single-handedly supported by your status as my wife. Do you not realize that you're truly worthless if I decide to abandon you?
You say that as if I'm your dog or something. Not that you should abandon your dog either, but you can't just say something like that about your wife.
Go to the bedroom right now.
Excuse me?
I'm telling you right now. Go. Check the top drawer of my desk. Try opening it and see for yourself what's inside.
Sure, I guess. And what is this?
Why do you seem so surprised? It's just some divorce papers. They are there as an indication to you that I can abandon you at any time. You are worthless if I ever chose to submit those. You can probably see it, but it's already signed by me.
But why would you? Isn't this a little too much?
Nope. Because of your mistakes this time around, I deducted another 20 points from you. Once you reach 0, I'll be submitting those papers. And for your information, you have 10 points left.
This is ridiculous. I don't see how you think it's acceptable deciding a divorce on your stupid point system.
What? Do you have any issues? If you get on the wrong side of me again, it's gonna be an instant -10. You better do your hardest not to put me in a bad mood.
So you're being serious about all this? It's so stupid getting a divorce just because you got a little upset. Were you always thinking about doing this? You've been going on about those stupid points for a while now.
Yep, that's right. I made sure to keep track every time you would get on my nerves, embarrass me, break the rules of my house, or any other action unfitting as my wife. Now that you understand, you better spend the entire day tomorrow reflecting on your mistakes to fix your multitude of issues. Luckily for you, you have the entire house to yourself tomorrow. I'm going to be spending the night over at my parents' house.
You're only telling me this now?
Hey, you stocked up on drinks, right? If not, you better hurry up and do so before I come home today. One of my coworkers is coming over tonight, so I'm expecting some beer and something meaty to go with it.
I understand. Got it.
This is such a great opportunity for you, you know that? Don't want to be messing it up like you did last time. I've been seeing the efforts you've been making in the past 2 weeks. I must say, it's not bad.
Thank you. I'm glad you noticed.
I guess you finally recognized your duty as my wife. I can finally feel some appreciation from your actions. You seem to understand your position in my household now. Oh, I wish so much that you had been like this from the very start. I wouldn't have had to be embarrassed in front of my parents and my coworkers all those times.
Yes, I agree. I feel the same.
This is so much better now that you're not complaining at every opportunity that you get. I love how much more obedient you are now. It really helps me remember that I'm the head of this house. Rightfully so, to be honest. You're also way happier now, right? I don't have to train you anymore now that you've realized your place.
Yes, I'm very happy. I deeply regret not realizing my place in this household sooner. How many of your coworkers will you be bringing home with you? I would also appreciate it if you could let me know if there are any food preferences or allergies.
Oh, don't worry about that. They'll eat anything. They're all young guys fresh out of college. Don't worry about salad or any healthy foods. They're all going to be starving for meat and beer. They're going to drink a ton for sure. It's probably for the best that you get a multiple six-packs, or maybe a small keg. I'll be fine if you get me a selection of cheeses and a bottle of red. Maybe some ham and some nuts too.
I see. I'll be sure to do so.
Right, now that I've asked you, I'm expecting nothing less than your best. Hey, you want to hear something good? Those guys I brought home yesterday were all praising you and your cooking.
Is that so? I'm so delighted to hear that.
They were all loving your cooking, saying it was the best they've ever tasted. I'm not sure how drunk he was, but one of them thought he could get away with making comments about how hot you were right in front of me. I obviously told him that he's not laying a finger on my wife, but he said he was just trying to say that you were pretty for your age. I guess you do take care of yourself pretty well. I'm glad all those beauty products that you've been buying with my money aren't going to waste. Now that's the kind of wife I can be proud of.
Thank you. I aim to please.
As for the food, I guess some of the credit goes to me. It brings a tear to my eye seeing how much you've improved since you've started listening to me. It's like night and day since when you cooked for my parents.
That's kind of you to say.
Hey now, you're allowed to sound a little happier, you know? It's not a common occurrence for me to praise you after all.
Yes, I am very thankful.
Also, they mentioned that they wanted to come over again. I guess it can't be helped. It seemed like they were having a great time after all. Yeah, so I'll be leaving it up to you again when they do come over.
I understand. I will try to serve them to my best capabilities again.
Hey, where the hell are you? It hasn't been that long since we had this talk.
Are you home already?
Yes, that's right. I suppose it's all my fault because I've been praising you too much recently. You've regained your arrogance and forgotten that you're just a housewife, haven't you?
No, that's not the case.
It was just the other day that I trained you on this. Come on. You haven't made any food for me and my clothes are still on the sofa, not washed. Just because I didn't contact you about coming home early today, it doesn't mean you can abandon your duties. I won't be taking any excuses.
I'm sorry.
What? Do you want your points deducted again? You're on very thin ice right now, you know that? You have 10 points left. That's how close you are to our divorce.
Yes, I remember.
I don't think you understand. You should be far more scared than you are right now. You'll be homeless, you know that? Someone like you will have nowhere to go, no way to survive without me.
Do you mind if I say something?
Fine, if you have something to say, just say it.
I guess you're not aware of it, but we're divorced already.
Huh?
Yes, we are divorced. We aren't together anymore.
What kind of a joke is that?
It's not really a joke. Have you taken a look around the house? Do you notice anything? Like the absence of all of my belongings?
Wait, actually, if your stuff isn't here, where did it all go? And where are you?
It's not something that you need to know.
Do you think that's acceptable in any way? You don't have the right to just disappear without my permission. Stop acting on your own accord and come back right now.
You're a little slow, aren't you? First of all, I'm not your wife anymore. I told you that we're divorced. You are not my husband anymore. Secondly, the way that you think, your old-fashioned idea that a wife should be controlled by her husband is disgusting. You are in no way superior to me or any other woman. I am not your personal servant or object.
And what value do your words hold? I'm the man in the house. I earn the money and I pay for the house. You have to just shut up and listen to what I say.
I did actually. I listened to everything you said for a long time.
Well, you're a housewife. It's your job to do so. Your opinions hold no value as long as you're living in my house with my money. No, of course not. We're not divorced. That is something for me to decide. You're still my wife and you must do as I say.
You're so full of it. Do you even know how dumb you sound?
You're the one spouting nonsense here. I did not agree to a divorce. You're just making things up because you got a little upset. It's about time you calm down and come back home so that you can explain yourself.
Are you sure that you didn't agree? Do you want me to sign a pic or something? The divorce papers had everything filled in already, even your signature. I guess I can't really show you because I submitted them already. But thank you, though. You saved me a lot of work. All I had to do was sign my part and it was all ready to submit.
What divorce papers?
The ones that were in your desk? You were the one who told me about them, remember? Threatening that they were all signed and everything? That point system you were talking about? You were gonna get a divorce when I had 0 points left. It's a pretty stupid thing for you to come up with, but I thought I'd copy you. So, I gave you 100 points to start with. But it clearly wasn't a great idea seeing how you were in the negatives within a week. I don't think giving people scores like that is morally correct, but I will admit that it helped me to realize that this marriage wasn't working. Or to be more precise, I realized that I shouldn't be wasting my time around human trash like you.
What the hell did you just say, woman?
Thank you for immediately proving my point. I don't want to spend another second of my life objectified as your possession. I really do wonder what was going through my head for me to marry someone like you in the first place. I've been regretting that decision every day for as long as I can remember.
Where does all this arrogance come from? Do you have no feeling of appreciation for having lived in my house using my money? I wasn't taking care of you so that you could come back and bite me like this.
I'm sorry, but who was taking care of who? I took care of absolutely every chore in the house. Everything. I was the one who always arranged the gifts for your parents on their birthdays and Christmas, even on their anniversary. And you would tell them the gifts were from you. You didn't even help me clean. Instead, you increased my workload by throwing your clothes everywhere and anywhere, knowing that I'm the one doing all the laundry. I would take care of absolutely everything. Then guess what? You'd be lying on the couch doing nothing but complaining about the way I did everything. Who the heck do you think you are to evaluate someone else using a stupid point system?
Okay, but so what? That was your job as a housewife. It's expected that you take care of things around the house. I'm the one who earns the money after all. I should have all the rights to say what happens in my own house.
So, what you're trying to say is that a person's worth is determined by how much they earn. If that's the case, do you mind earning a little more, please? If you were someone earning at least 6 figures, maybe I could tolerate your nonsense a little more. It wouldn't change the fact that you'd still be sexist and human trash, but I could at least understand where the arrogance comes from. Do you mind telling me how much your salary is?
Around 30K?
26,000 to be more precise. You think that kind of money can support the two of us? You go out drinking whenever you feel like it. But if you really thought that we had that kind of budget, you are naive or just ignorant. You always act so arrogant about how you're the one earning money. Maybe if you dropped some of your misogynistic ideas and allowed me to work, I would have increased your income tenfold.
It wouldn't have been a problem if we just budgeted our spending a little better, right? Maybe you could have just used cheaper ingredients.
And then who would be the one to complain? You would, and I'd be on the receiving end. Also, I was already budgeting our food spendings very well, not that you would be aware of it. None of it would matter anyways when you'd bring 6 people over a night thinking we had the money to pay for all the drinks to protect your fragile ego. At the end of it all, where was my money? I would work from morning to night, day after day, all that to earn nothing. I was never a housewife, just your servant who'd listen obediently to every order you'd give me with absolutely no reward at the end of the day.
That is what your job is as a housewife.
No, that is incorrect. That's just part of your sexist imagination. Anytime I try to find my own job so I could get us out of this mess, it would be you and your dumb parents to stop me at any cost. So, do you mind explaining to me how it would have been embarrassing for me to be working? Is it your fragile masculinity that wouldn't allow your wife to be earning more than you? I guess you got those messed up ideas from your parents, considering how they were against it too. What age do they think you're even living in, having such a strong opinion against a married woman working? Who cares if I went and earned more than you? Nothing would change. You were embarrassing enough already as my husband.
Did you really think of me like that?
Well, duh. I just made sure to not tell you so that your fragile ego wouldn't be hurt. I didn't want you getting upset and going into that little fit of yours.
You really think that you can just say something like that to your husband?
Yes, I am free to say whatever I want to whoever I want. Also, for the 10th time, you are not my husband. Right now would be a good time for you to drop the alpha male attitude. It's getting a little embarrassing. Not that it wasn't before, but there really shouldn't be anything left to source your ego.
You're the one who's getting arrogant over nothing. You went and got divorced. Now what? You clearly weren't thinking very far ahead. Where are you gonna live? How are you gonna afford anything? You're a woman. You're never gonna find a job, let alone one that will pay for a house.
Well, thanks for worrying about me, but it's pretty meaningless considering I already have a job.
Wait, how? Didn't you get the divorce just recently?
Oh, I guess you really didn't know. But yeah, I've been working already for the past few months. So there really isn't any worrying for me to do about what to do after becoming single.
I'm surprised that you could find a job so quickly even though you're a woman. So what, are you a janitor now? Or a caretaker?
I'm really glad that we split up. I'll let someone else fix your sexism and rudeness. Anyway, one of my old coworkers reached out to me. She decided to become independent and start her own business. She invited me to go work with her, so that's where I work now.
How did you get away with all of this without me knowing? Weren't you at home the entire time? You were even cooking and cleaning just like usual.
Yeah, I was at home. It's also true that I still took care of all the work around the house. I did all of that using the time I had when you weren't there to work remotely for my new job. During those few months, I managed to save up a pretty large sum for me to become independent. I didn't have to plan about what to do after divorcing because I'd already made all of my preparations.
How is that even possible?
I don't know either, to be honest. Considering the hours I'd spend working remotely, I'd expected you to notice pretty soon. That clearly wasn't the case because you'd always go out drinking and come home late, just to complain that the food I'd made was cold already. The few times you came home early without notifying me at all, I was out grocery shopping. It's honestly a miracle that you never found out. When I first got the job offer, I calculated how long I'd have to work to safely become independent. After figuring out that it was only a couple months, I just had to make sure that you wouldn't notice in the time being. I didn't want you ruining my plans, so I made my best efforts to pretend that I became your obedient wife you'd always wanted. It certainly wasn't easy. The number of times you made me want to scream in your face. But thankfully, it all worked out. The past couple months, you were just about tolerable. I managed to find myself a new place to move into and had sufficiently earned the funds to do so. The biggest issue of actually getting the divorce was a non-issue, thanks to someone who did most of the work for me.
So you were just tricking me. Of course you were. I was thinking it was weird how someone like you could suddenly become a good wife. Women always have to resort to acts of deceit.
I know I shouldn't be happy hearing that, but it really does bring joy to me knowing that I no longer have to deal with you being a part of my life. To think that there could be such a huge difference in the way I feel hearing the same thing I heard months ago. I really should have got this divorce way earlier. It feels great.
Did you really think about it? A divorce means that we're not husband and wife anymore.
Wait, actually, no way. I couldn't have asked for anything more. That's the absolute best. I think that I could be the happiest person on the planet right now. For sure I am, no doubt.
Do you really hate me enough to make such a big deal about it?
No, I don't hate you. Hate is not the right word. It's more like I'm incapable of breathing the same air as you. Knowing that you're somewhere out there living on the same planet disgusts me. The entire time we were married, I was far too occupied with trying not to disturb your mood or ego, to the point that I no longer had any feelings or desires to do anything for you, nor did I expect anything in return. Any emotion I felt in relation to you was unpleasant at first. I don't remember whether that was anger, fear, or disappointment. Want to know why? Because I started to try to cope by killing any emotions I felt towards you so that I could live every day while seeing your face. So, to answer your question, no, I do not hate you. I simply just want to erase your existence from my memory.
Why didn't you say so much earlier if you were suffering so much?
You very well know the answer to that one yourself, right?
But it's gonna be so embarrassing for me when I tell my parents, and coworkers too, that I got divorced. What am I even gonna tell them? I don't know how to explain to them why we broke up.
How about you simply tell them the truth? You were never married. You just had a servant who you called your wife. Also, I don't want to hear anything from you about being embarrassed. It was far more embarrassing for me to have lived all that time married to you.
That is so mean. Anyways, how do you plan on living from now on? I am not sending you any money.
I don't need a single cent from you, thank you very much. It would be like stealing from a homeless person's donation box. I'd feel far too bad. I told you that I already have a job and that I've been saving up these past couple months. Besides, I was hiding it to not hurt your already damaged ego. But my salary is more than double what you earn. You don't have the right or need to be worrying about me.
Double? Actually?
Yup. If I wasn't earning at least that much, I wouldn't be able to move into a new house so soon. It feels great knowing that I'll have some form of disposable income. To be honest with you, it was ridiculous that the amount I had available as your wife was no different than the pocket money I received as a high schooler. But I'm finally free from that life. I don't have to hold back going to the salon or ask for permission every time there's something I want to buy. I feel so much happiness knowing that I've regained my rights as a working adult. Life feels so much better getting paid for the work I do and being able to spend it freely.
But how are you earning twice as much as me? You're a woman and you were just employed recently nonetheless.
Well, the industry is pretty unique, I must say, and as such, special qualifications are required. I worked hard to be qualified, so I am a very valuable employee. Suffice to say, my salary is justified.
Okay, fine, I understand all the trouble that you went through. So, how about this? I won't tell you to be a dedicated housewife anymore. No more of that. I'll tell my parents that they don't force you to either. You're free to continue working as you please. I guess if we're both working, we'll have a lot more financial ease, right?
And what are you trying to suggest here? Are you trying to promote me from being your slave to your personal bank account?
No, that's not what I was getting at. I simply just wanted to apologize. I recognize now that I was completely at fault for making you take care of all the work around the house. I'm really sorry. From now on, we can split the chores between us, so...
But you're a man, though. We can't be splitting the chores. Women have to take care of everything around the house, right?
Okay, well that's what I was taught by my parents, and I never thought twice about it being wrong. Oh, please think again about this divorce, and I promise I will change my ways of thinking.
You're very welcome to keep your sexism and misogyny, just not around me or anyone that I care for. Besides, I don't believe you're capable of changing the way you think without significant help from another person. And I certainly don't want to volunteer myself to help you when I received no help from you during the entire time of our marriage. I've already told you about how I've conditioned myself to feel no emotion toward you. I don't want you breathing the same air as me, and I would need some serious therapy just to be able to see your face.
Okay, I get it, but all of that is about what I did to you in the past. I'm telling you that I'm willing to change. Are you seriously gonna abandon me like this?
Oh, I'm so proud of you. You're willing to change? That's great. Is that how you were raised by your parents? You must be delusional if you think I'm going to change my decision over a few words. The damage you did to me is permanent. The only purpose of your apology is to make yourself feel better. It has no meaning for me. If you really are feeling sorry for me, the best thing you can do to redeem yourself is to never talk to me ever again.
I'm not just sorry, I'm telling you I'm also willing to change.
And that is also meaningless for me. Consider it a miracle that I ever married you. I guess it only happened because you only showed your true self after I became your wife.
Okay, I get it now. I also had a lot of issues on my side. I'm really sorry. I'm not just willing to change, I've changed already. I already think differently from how I used to, all thanks to you. So please don't leave me. Come back.
I would say that's a solid 30-point deduction.
What?
Oh, it's based off how you said you were also in the wrong. Also? Also? What do you mean by that? You're implying that I'm at least partially at fault? For what exactly?
I simply just worded that wrong, so don't get so mad about it.
Is that so? It sounded more like you didn't really know what you were apologizing for. You were just apologizing for the sake of it, thinking that it would solve something, right? It's exactly that way of thinking that you need to change. Doing whatever you think would put you in the best spot without any real thought or reflection. Change is something that takes a lot of time. You can't just say that you've changed. It doesn't work like that. I'm sure it would take years, if not decades, to get rid of your sexism and rotten views of women. Good luck ever finding another person who'll tolerate as much of your nonsense as I did. Bye. Don't talk to me ever again.
Oh, wait, please don't leave me just yet. I'll change myself for you, I promise.
I don't remember you ever keeping a promise you made to me. Besides, you should be changing for your own self, not for me. I no longer have anything to do with you. Whether you change or not is neither relevant nor is it of my interest. If you'd like to change, go ahead and do so. Bye.
Huh? Oh, wait! Seriously, is this it? Hello? Oh, wait, it's not too late to fix things. Please, I'm sorry.
He clearly didn't seem like he learned his lesson, especially with how he was being so persistent, even after I told him that the best he could do to reflect was to not talk to me. I was serious about that, but I guess he didn't understand. So yeah, I ended up blocking him on all social media, and his parents too, as they also did not seem to understand their son's fault. There was a chance that they'd reach out to my parents, so I had my parents block them all as well. It did mean that I had to give my dad a little tutorial on how to block someone's contact. I was talking to one of my friends the other day who happens to be one of Ray's coworkers, and apparently he comes to the office every day with his shirt full of creases, muttering to himself about his regrets. I'm not a nice enough person to feel bad for his misfortune. If anything, it puts a smile on my face instead, knowing that he's living miserably. As for me, I've been in high spirits ever since moving to my new home. I'm glad I made the decision to actively salvage myself out of that miserable marriage. I shall proudly grant myself plus 100 points. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit like if you enjoyed this video, and make sure to subscribe to see more similar content. See you in the next video!
Well, Harry, did you seriously pass out just from getting punched by an old woman like me? Are you really that weak? I will never accept such a weak woman like you in my household. Got it? I want you to break up with Brian right this instant.
Barbara, please. We only went to your house to meet you, and then all of a sudden you flew out of the door and attacked me. I don't even know what to say right now, really.
I attacked you because you were going to try and steal my little Brian from me. What else would you expect?
Steal? What do you mean by that? I wasn't stealing him.
You do know that my ex-husband and I split up when Brian was just a little boy, don't you?
Of course I do. Brian told me all about that. What does that have to do with why you attacked me?
Well, if you knew that that was the situation, then you should have been prepared to be attacked right out of the gate, you little brat.
That doesn't even make any sense. I still don't get why you attacked me. We even had to call an ambulance to take me to the hospital.
Oh, please. It was hardly anything so bad. You're just a little baby. If you two get married, then you better prepare yourself for much, much worse than that. I will never accept such a weak, pathetic woman as yourself into my family. You punched me in the head. I could have been seriously injured. Don't you realize that? It's your fault for not having the reflexes to block a punch like that. You only have yourself to blame for all of this. Next time, it might not be me. It might be some stranger on the street. What are you going to do to protect Brian if that happens, huh? I'm not Brian's bodyguard, I'm his fiancé. If you think that is the case, then you're sorely mistaken. Not only can you not protect yourself or my son, but all you ever do is argue with me. You really need to start taking things more seriously.
Please don't try and make me out to be the bad guy here. I don't think I'm being that unreasonable.
See, there you go, pivoting my point again. All you ever do is whine. Do you really think you're going to hold on to Brian for long with an attitude like that? He's getting sick of you too, you know.
Wait, what? Did Brian really say that about me? What do you mean he's getting sick of me?
I mean that Brian said he regrets getting engaged to someone as weak and pathetic as you.
Wait, no. Did he really say something like that?
Of course he did. That boy would never ever lie to me. Not only are your reflexes slow, but you seem to be pretty slow in the head, too. Now that you mention it, Brian still hasn't come to see me here. Is he really still there with you? Well, after I hit you, he came over to me to make sure that my hand wasn't hurting too bad. He was worried about that. That boy has such a big, kind heart. So then, you mean he was more worried about your hand after he punched me than he was with me? Oh, what? Did you really think he would ever worry about you? Please, what do you even offer that would make him want to pity you? Please, I don't even understand what I did. My Brian has clearly made up his mind. He cares far more about his dear mother than he does his own girlfriend. But he's always been like this, ever since he was a little boy. Compared to the few years that he's known you, it's only natural that he would prefer me over you. Don't you think? Is that really what's going on here? Of course it is! I'm his mother, and Mother knows best. Are you only just realizing that now? I really don't even know what to say anymore. Well, how about I go to the hospital and smack you around some more? Would you like that? I'll make sure that you're in that hospital for a lot longer than you are now. Barbara, please. Why are you treating me like this? Whatever. Just tell me what your hospital room number is. Do you really think that I'm going to do that after you just threatened me like that? All I want to do is try and teach you a lesson about being a good wife. And now you're just pathetically lying there in the hospital being rude to your future mother-in-law. Is that what you call a lesson? I think it was a little more serious than just that, don't you? If that scared you, then I think you have a lot to learn before you're ready for marriage. That is why I want you to break up with Brian. I'll make sure to have him talk to you, so just you wait. My name is Harry, and I am a 31-year-old office worker. I've been dating my boyfriend Brian for about 5 years. The other day, he proposed to me, and I said yes. After that, we went to his parents' house to make the announcement to them in person. I have to admit that I was quite nervous to meet his mom after some of the stories I heard. But I had no idea she would be like this. The moment the door was open for us at their house, she came flying out of it, pounced on me, and began hitting me in the head. Before I knew it, I had blacked out. After that, I was taken to the hospital in an ambulance. Thankfully, the doctor said I was basically okay. But still, I just couldn't believe what had happened to me. I don't know what I did to her, but it seems that Brian's mother holds nothing but resentment towards me. When I woke up in the hospital, I was alone. Brian wasn't there. The next day, I received a text that shook my world. Hey, have you still not apologized to my mom for hurting her hand? I'm pretty surprised. It's only common sense that if you hurt someone that you should apologize. I think you should probably bring some money with you too when you do. You owe her, you know. Brian, I was waiting at the hospital for you to come and see me. Where were you? And what are you talking about? Do you seriously want me to pay your mom for punching me? Well, she did kind of give a shock to your system, right? I think you should be pretty grateful to her for that. Have you already left the hospital? Yes, I just left the hospital. But what are you saying? How can you talk like that to me? What do you mean? You did something that made my mom want to hit you. My mom would never hurt another person without good reason to. Wait, hold on. You're saying that this is all my fault? Well, it sure wasn't my mom's fault, so who else's fault could it have been? Anyways, I'm here with my mom, so just come over to her place. Stop by the bank, get out some money, and be ready to apologize. You can't be serious. I'm the victim here. I was the one who got hit. Are you kidding me? The damage that you did to my mom's wrist when she hit you is far more serious. I can't believe what I'm reading. This can't be real. My mom raised me with her own 2 hands, and now you've gone and broken one of them. I'm just so disappointed that I proposed to such a pathetic girl who can't even see the importance my mom holds in my life.
What are you even saying anymore? This is just getting ridiculous.
My mom always knew how to judge someone's character just by looking at them. After just saying hi to someone, she instantly knew the kind of person that they were deep down.
What? That is just crazy talk. And you're saying that I should just be okay with getting hit because your mom didn't like my vibes? That is insane.
Well, I guess you still don't understand just how important my mom is to me. She's the only thing I care about in this world, really. Everything else could burn up in a giant fire as long as I have her. You have no idea how upset I am at you right now.
You mean, even me? You would be fine losing me just like that.
I just hope I've made my position very clear to you now.
I can't believe this. Why did you even propose to me then?
During the past 2 years, I introduced about 5 different women to my mom, hoping that she would approve of them. And never once has anyone been good enough in her eyes. I thought that you might have been different, but I see that I was wrong.
Is that supposed to be some kind of sick joke or something? Because it isn't funny at all.
I really, really liked you. You know that, right, Harry? But if my mom doesn't approve of you, then there is nothing to be done. That is the end of the discussion.
Well, I'm glad you've told me all of this because now I don't even want to marry you anymore.
Well, yeah, I thought I made it pretty apparent that that wasn't happening anyways. Just get over here and apologize to my mom. Say that you're sorry for making her hit you.
That is not going to happen, Brian. In fact, I think I'm going to the police over this.
Wait, what? You're going to the police all over a little scratch? Don't be stupid. You should have seen it coming.
But I didn't even do anything bad.
If you got punched by Mom, then you must have done something bad. That is just how it works. If she clicks her tongue at you, or you make her tap her foot, then that is all on you.
That doesn't even make sense. Do you know how circular that reasoning is?
Well, what about you? You're the one going to cops just because someone put you in the hospital. How does that make any sense?
No, that actually makes sense. You don't make any sense.
Quit making excuses just because we're not getting married anymore. Look, if you just apologize to my mom and show that you're willing to overlook this, then maybe we can work something else out. Who knows? We might even be able to get married still. This doesn't have to be the end, Harry.
What? Do you really think that I still want to marry you?
Wait, what do you mean?
This morning, the cops came to visit me in my hospital room. I told them everything that had happened. They are headed over to your mom's right now. They should arrive in about 30 minutes.
No, you can't be serious. Are you kidding me? You sold out my precious mom to the cops?
I didn't sell her out. I just told them exactly what she did to me. Did you really think that I would just cry and never do anything? No, I filed a police report against her.
Well, you better go and take it back right now. Do you know what this is going to do to my mom? Go and tell the cops you were lying.
That is not going to happen. I am not going to let her get away with this.
But why not? I am begging you here. You can't do this.
Oh, yeah? Just watch me.
So you really aren't going to listen to a thing I say?
That's right. And there is nothing you can do about it.
All right, I get it. Let's get married then. How about that? It's perfect, right?
No, seriously. What are you even talking about?
I mean that if my mom is out of the picture, then there is nothing else to worry about, right? Then I will never have to let you go. It's perfect.
Are you out of your mind? Do you really think I would ever do that? Do you really think that your mom is the only problem here?
Of course she is. Everything is all her fault. If she's arrested and gone, then there will be nothing to worry about. We can be together and happy for the rest of our lives.
That is not going to happen because you're going to be arrested too.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that after your mom punched me and I passed out, I know that you stole my wallet, didn't you?
What are you talking about? Of course I didn't do that. What makes you even say that? You probably just forgot it at my mom's or dropped it or something. You don't even have any proof. Of course I do. Why else would I even be saying this? What do you mean? I don't understand.
I mean that I have a picture of you in the act of doing the crime, Brian.
A picture? What, did you have a hidden camera in your bag or something?
Of course I didn't. Your little sister filmed the whole thing and posted it on Twitter. Didn't you notice that we're trending?
She did what now? I can't believe this.
I thought it was a bit weird myself, actually. I had never even spoken a word to her before. In fact, I didn't even know that she was still living with your mom.
Wait, no. That can't be right. She's just a little shut-in. She's never made anything of her life. Mom always says she barely even counts as family.
Brian, that is a horrible, awful thing to say about your own sister. Well, she came to visit me yesterday to apologize on behalf of the both of you.
Oh no. This is really bad. This can't be happening right now. No, this is all a mistake. It's just our family motto is always be smiling in the house.
Do you think I give a crap about your stupid family motto? And just what does that even have to do with stealing my wallet from me?
Well, I just wanted to get some money from my mom since I thought you weren't going to come back and apologize.
You are seriously insane. I didn't even know that it was your sister who called the ambulance for me. I can't believe that even though I was passed out on the floor, that you just left me there to take care of your mom. I won't forgive either of you ever.
So then you told the cops about what I did too?
Of course I did. Did you really think you would get away with it just because I was unconscious? Well, you are sorely mistaken.
I was so ready to marry you. I was ready to make you so happy. Please, I'm begging you. I don't care if my mom gets arrested, but please, you have to tell the cops that I didn't do anything. I'll return your wallet, I promise.
That is not going to happen, Brian. You're going to be arrested not only for taking my wallet, by the way.
What do you mean? What else did I do? I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Well, I heard from your sister that your mom is awful to her every single day. She even showed me her diary of all the terrible things that she's done.
You mean she was keeping a record of everything? I don't believe this.
She thought that one day she would have a chance to show someone who could help her, so she wrote it all down. Her body is covered in bruises. How could you let something like that happen to your own family?
But my sister is different. You don't get it. She just stays at home working all day online.
And that's why she deserves to be beat like that?
Well, she ought to find a job outside in the real world. There is no way that a shut-in like her is doing a real job. So my mom just tries to discipline her every day.
I don't care how many excuses you give. That still isn't a good reason. I convinced your sister that she should talk to the cops about what she's been through, too.
Keep your nose out of my family's business. You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not going to let you get away with this. You and your mom are going away for a long time.
You can't do this to us. I was about to be promoted. This can't be happening.
Well, it is. And I think you know that you have this coming.
Please, you have to forgive me. Are the cops really about to arrive here? You have to get over here right away and explain that this is all one big, big mistake.
I'm not going to do that, Brian.
But we were about to get married. Are you really saying that none of that means anything to you now?
Is that it? Is that all the reasoning you have? You'll have to try harder than that.
Please, you can't do this. My life was going so well. What am I going to do now?
And now it isn't, and it's all your fault. Anyways, I imagine they should be arriving soon. Goodbye, Brian.
Harry, don't do this. Please, I still love you. That must mean something.
Do you really think that you're the victim here? I'm the one who was hit.
I'm blocking you now. Wait, don't go. I'm so sorry. For everything. Forget about my mom. Just save me. Harry, please, don't do this to me. Come back, Harry. Come back.
I heard from the arresting officers that they were able to apprehend Brian and Barbara. While they were on their way to the precinct, I heard that Brian turned to his mom and said that it was all her fault. After his arrest, all of Brian's friends and coworkers found out just how terrible he had treated not only his past girlfriends, but also his own family. As for his poor little sister, she moved out, began living on her own, and continued working as a programmer. I have no regrets about what I did, and I'm still living very happily. It has already been 2 years since Brian and I broke up, but I've started dating another guy introduced to me by a friend. We're planning on getting married next year. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this. See you next time.